Did you know that over 5,000 years ago, a civilization developed one of the earliest known formulas for toothpaste? This ancient recipe, found on a papyrus dating back to the 4th century AD, included ingredients such as rock salt, pepper, mint, and dried iris flower. When mixed with water, it formed a paste that not only cleaned teeth but also freshened breath. Remarkably, a modern dentist who tested this ancient concoction reported that while it left his mouth feeling fresh and clean, it also caused his gums to bleed, highlighting both the effectiveness and abrasiveness of early dental care. This innovative approach to oral hygiene originated in a land renowned for its contributions to civilization. This land is none other than Egypt. Let's see why travelers love this spot. In this journey, we will navigate a mighty river that has sustained civilizations for millennia, dive into the sparkling turquoise waters along the coast, and explore the grandeur of ancient temples and sacred sites. From sun-drenched deserts to bustling urban centers, and from monumental historical wonders to serene coastal landscapes, each destination offers a unique glimpse into the region's rich heritage and natural beauty. Before continuing the video, we have a quiz for you. Arrange the following letters to name one of Egypt's most iconic seas. We have a hint. Its waters are famous for coral reefs and turquoise color. Please comment your answer below this video. Now, the real journey begins. Carved into sandstone cliffs during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II in the 13th century BC, this remarkable site comprises a pair of massive rock-cut temples that have long captivated historians, travelers, and archaeologists alike. Nestled on the western bank of Lake Nasser, near the border between Egypt and Sudan, Abu Simbel stands as a monumental testament to ancient ambition and modern preservation. The larger of the two temples was crafted to honor several deities, including Amun, Ra-Horakhti, and Ptah, as well as the deified Ramesses II himself. Its majestic facade is marked by 4 colossal seated statues of the pharaoh, each rising nearly 20 meters tall, serving both as guardians and symbols of divine rule. This temple stretches deep into the rock, forming a multi-hall complex designed for worship and ceremonial commemoration, including carved depictions of Ramesses' military exploits and religious imagery. What sets this monument apart is the ingenious solar alignment masterminded by its creators. On approximately the 22nd of February and the 22nd of October each year, the first rays of the morning sun penetrate the inner sanctum and illuminate the statues of the gods and the king, except Ptah, the god of the underworld, who remains in perpetual shadow. Long hidden beneath desert sands, Abu Simbel was rediscovered in the early 19th century, drawing renewed interest in Egypt's ancient heritage. Yet, its greatest trial came in the 1962, when the construction of the Aswan High Dam threatened to submerge the entire site under the rising waters of Lake Nasser. Today, it continues to draw visitors from around the globe, drawn by its colossal grandeur, its astronomical precision, and its story of resilience and international cooperation in safeguarding humanity's shared past. Few places encapsulate the grandeur of ancient civilization as vividly as the city nestled on the Nile's east bank, once the heart of the Egyptian New Kingdom. This destination, now known as Luxor, was formerly the mighty Thebes and served as Egypt's capital during its most prosperous era. Luxor, in modern Arabic al-Uqshur, translates to the palaces, a nod to its majestic heritage. It stands amid the remnants of Thebes and was continuously inhabited since around 3200 BC. However, it truly rose to prominence during the New Kingdom. During that golden age, the city flourished as a political, religious, and cultural capital, dedicating itself chiefly to the worship of Amun-Ra and forming the spiritual backbone of Egypt. At its core, Luxor is anchored by a grand temple that began construction in the 14th century BC under King Amenhotep III, later completed and expanded by Tutankhamun and Ramses II. This temple not only marked the city's spiritual center, but also became a focal point for one of Egypt's most important festivals, during which deities were ceremonially paraded to reaffirm the pharaoh's divine legitimacy. Beyond the temple's immediate glory, modern Luxor serves as both a bustling tourist center and a market hub for the surrounding agricultural region. Its rich layers of history earned it a place on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979 as part of the broader Theban complex. In recent years, preservation efforts have continued to breathe new life into Luxor's ancient landscape. Notably, authorities have been restoring an ancient avenue lined with Sphinx statues that once connected two major temples and served as a grand ceremonial pathway. Rising from the edge of the desert plateau west of the Nile, the Giza Pyramid Complex stands as one of the most enduring symbols of ancient Egypt and a pinnacle of human ingenuity. Dating back to Egypt's Old Kingdom, around the 26th century BC, this monumental site reflects the architectural mastery, religious devotion, and organizational skill that characterized the height of pharaonic power. Located about 13 kilometers southwest of Cairo's city center, the complex occupies a strategic position overlooking the Nile Valley. Its builders employed millions of carefully cut stone blocks, each weighing several tons, assembled with remarkable precision. The structure's alignment to the cardinal points and their enduring stability after more than 4,500 years have made them a subject of admiration and study for generations of historians, archaeologists, and engineers. The purpose of the complex was deeply rooted in the religious beliefs of ancient Egypt. It served not only as a burial site for rulers, but also as a monumental testament to their divine authority and eternal legacy. In the worldview of the time, such structures were designed to ensure the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife and to honor the gods, reflecting a blend of political might and spiritual devotion. Modern research has added new dimensions to our understanding of the complex. Archaeologists have found evidence of sophisticated construction techniques, including the use of waterways to transport massive stone blocks, and modern scanning technology has revealed hidden voids within the structure's clues that suggest there is still much to learn. Covering approximately 60,000 square kilometers, or around 6% of Egypt's land area, its northern edge meets the Mediterranean Sea, making it a strategic and scenic bridge between two major bodies of water. Situated at the crossroads of two continents, the Sinai Peninsula forms a unique triangular landmass connecting Africa to Asia. Geographically and politically, Sinai is divided into two governorates, North Sinai and South Sinai, each serving as administrative regions of Egypt. The region's landscape is marked by stark contrasts. A vast, arid plateau dominates most of the peninsula, while its southern half rises into rugged, volcanic mountain ranges that include Egypt's highest peaks. The climate mirrors these contrasts. Summers are intensely hot and dry, with temperatures soaring above 40 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is scarce and seasonal, but when it does arrive, especially during winter and early spring, it can nourish fleeting bursts of greenery in the peninsula's wadis. Though sparsely populated, Sinai supports communities primarily along its northern and western fringe, where water sources are more accessible and opportunities for agriculture, mining, and fishing exist. Nomadic Bedouin tribes also roam, following traditional patterns of grazing and livelihood. Sinai's history is layered and complex. It has held geopolitical significance in both ancient and modern eras, serving as a military crossroads and a symbol of cultural intersection. In the 20th century, the peninsula was occupied during several conflicts, but ultimately returned to Egypt in 1982, following the 1979 peace treaty with Israel. If you visited this place, comment number 5. If not, comment number 0. Founded in 969 AD by the Fatimid dynasty, the area quickly became a central seat of power, culture, and religious scholarship, its status enduring through successive dynasties and modern transformations. Nestled where the Nile River fans into the delta, Cairo rises as a sprawling metropolis that has served as Egypt's vibrant capital for over a millennium. Today, Cairo stands as Egypt's most populous city. The governorate alone houses over 10 million people, while the metropolitan area swells to more than 20 million inhabitants, making it the largest urban aggregation in Africa, the Arab world, and the Middle East. Geographically, Cairo is situated on the eastern bank of the Nile River, just south of where the waterway branches into the Nile Delta. It lies within Lower Egypt, and its terrain is built upon alluvial deposits and sand dunes formed during the Quaternary period. Cairo endures a hot desert climate, but its closeness to the Nile and the Mediterranean can introduce bouts of humidity. Summers are long and intensely hot. Winters bring milder temperatures with cooler nights. Rain is sparse, mostly falling in winter, and the city occasionally sees windstorms that carry Saharan dust. Functioning as Egypt's political, economic, and cultural hub, Cairo contributes significantly to the national economy, accounting for around 22% of economic output, while hosting key universities, media institutions, and administrative centers. In recent years, Cairo has also seen an urban cultural renaissance. Efforts are underway to revitalize architectural heritage, blending historical elegance with contemporary design in boutique hotels. The place's defining feature is its dazzling chalk and limestone formations, carved through the relentless forces of wind and sand erosion over millions of years. Settled in the far reaches of Egypt's western desert, the White Desert emerges as an astonishing natural marvel, an expanse that seems more moonscape than Earth. These chalk structures rise from the desert floor like ghostly sculptures, set against the stark backdrop of the arid landscape and sky. Geological studies indicate the area was once submerged under a Cretaceous-era sea, leaving behind mineral deposits from marine life that later solidified into the chalky terrain visible today. Time and nature joined forces. Intense sandstorms and arid winds sculpted the exposed rock into whimsical shapes, pillars, domes, and abstract formations that feel otherworldly. At the southern tip of Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, where two gulfs converge and the desert yields to the Red Sea, lies a city shaped as much by geography as by human ambition. Sharm el-Sheikh occupies a strategic position on the shores of the Strait of Tiran, overlooking waters that have carried trade, migration, and conflict for millennia. Its natural setting mountains, meeting coral-rich sea, has turned it into one of the country's most prominent resort destinations. For much of its early history, the area remained sparsely inhabited, valued primarily for its strategic maritime location. Modern development accelerated after the mid-20th century, particularly following the 1982 return of Sinai to Egyptian control, when investment transformed Sharm el-Sheikh from a modest settlement into a city with global tourism appeal. Today, it is part of South Sinai Governorate and stretches along a series of bays and beaches that face some of the Red Sea's most celebrated dive sites. Sharm el-Sheikh's transformation into an international hub has been supported by purpose-built infrastructure. The city's hotels range from sprawling, all-inclusive resorts to boutique coastal retreats, reflecting its broad appeal. The Red Sea's biodiversity is a defining feature of Sharm el-Sheikh's identity. Coral reefs line much of the coast, supporting hundreds of fish species, sea turtles, and occasional sightings of larger pelagic creatures. Beyond marine tourism, Sharm el-Sheikh serves as a venue for high-level diplomatic gatherings, earning it the nickname City of Peace. Commissioned by Pharaoh Sneferu around 2600 BCE, the Bent Pyramid marks the transitional moment when pyramid builders shifted from stepped constructions to smooth-sided designs. It features a remarkable change in slope, about halfway up. The lower half ascends at a steep angle of approximately 54 degrees, but due to structural concerns, likely cracking or instability, the builders altered the plan mid-construction, reducing the upper slope to around 43 degrees and giving the monument its distinctive bent appearance. On the western shore of the Red Sea, where desert dunes meet a ribbon of turquoise water, Hurghada has evolved from a modest fishing village into one of Egypt's most prominent coastal destinations. Its transformation began in the mid-20th century, when the area's pristine beaches and consistently sunny climate drew increasing attention from both domestic and international travelers. But beyond the beaches and resorts lies a tapestry of local lore that whispers of hidden wonders beneath the waves and ancient spirits at sea. One particularly captivating local legend speaks of the Sahab al-Bar, ghostly mariners said to roam the Red Sea on moonlit nights. These spectral sailors are believed to be eternal guardians of the sea, their phantom ships gliding silently just beyond the shore, merging history and myth with the night's mist. Not far behind in intrigue is the story of the cursed pearl, rumored to rest somewhere in the coral reefs off Hurghada's coast. Said to grant incredible fortune, it's believed to come at a dire cost, whispered of only in hushed tones among older local fishermen. Historically, Hurghada likely functioned as a coastal link for gold and precious stone miners and traders reaching inland mining areas. Even more mystically, tradition holds that part of Osiris's heart was buried somewhere in the eastern desert near Hurghada, embedding the region in the myths of Egyptian cosmology and the afterlife. Do any of you know about legends like Sahab al-Bar or the story of the cursed pearl? Are these stories true or just accounts that have been added over time? Let's share your thoughts and other interesting local legends that you know in the comments. Ancient Egypt's monumental journey, from modest death monuments to towering stone structures, began when a bold vision took shape on the sands of Saqqara, the Pyramid of Djoser. Commissioned by Pharaoh Djoser around the 27th century BC, this pyramid stands as the world's earliest colossal stone edifice and marks a pivotal turning point in the architectural history of ancient Egypt. Designed by Imhotep, who later became revered as a deity, this step structure was groundbreaking in both form and ambition. Built from carefully cut limestone, the pyramid likely soared to around 62 meters in height, its faces aligned precisely to the cardinal points, and its original surfaces covered in gleaming white limestone casing. Rising in sweeping curves that shift with the wind, the sand dunes surrounding Siwa Oasis form one of the most defining features of its desert environment. These vast, undulating formations stretch far beyond the fertile heart of the oasis, creating a natural barrier that has contributed to the region's historical isolation. Some dunes reach impressive heights and offer panoramic views over the golden expanse of the Great Sand Sea. Their fine, powdery texture reflects the sunlight in varying shades of gold and amber, creating a landscape that changes subtly with each hour of the day. Where the Nile narrows between rugged granite outcrops and the golden desert meets the river's green fringe, a city emerges that has long been a meeting point of cultures, trade, and natural beauty. Aswan, situated in southern Egypt, occupies a strategic location just north of the first cataract of the Nile, a position that historically made it both a natural frontier and a gateway to Africa. Its setting, framed by the stark beauty of the Nubian desert and softened by the wide, calm waters of the Nile, creates a landscape that has attracted settlers, travelers, and traders for millennia. For much of ancient history, the area served as Egypt's southern frontier, controlling river traffic and commerce along one of the world's most important waterways. The city's proximity to granite quarries supplied much of the stone used in Egypt's monumental architecture, a resource that shaped both its economy and its enduring significance. Aswan's climate is among the driest and sunniest in the world, with clear skies dominating most of the year. This arid environment not only preserves the region's ancient structures, but also shapes the rhythm of local life, where activity often centers around the cool, shaded areas along the riverbanks. The region's cultural identity reflects a blend of Egyptian and Nubian traditions, a testament to centuries of interaction and shared history. The colors, music, and craftsmanship seen in local markets echo influences from both the desert and the river, merging the heritage of two worlds into a single, vibrant character. Just beyond where the Nile's lazy currents begin to slow and widen toward the south, an architectural marvel appears to float on water, its columns and pylons rising with a timeless calm. Philae Temple, once threatened by rising river waters, was meticulously lifted from its submerged bed and reassembled on a nearby isle, stone by stone. The relocation preserved both its sacred alignment and the tranquil atmosphere that draws visitors from around the world. Its original home, once nestled on a now flooded island near Egypt's narrowest cataract, had begun to vanish under the seasonal swell of waters. That urgency of a sacred site slipping beneath the surface spurred an international rescue mission under UNESCO's banner, marking a milestone in global heritage preservation. Rather than attempting to enclose or waterproof the site, the solution was daring. Dismantle the sanctuary into blocks. Some weighing up to 25 tons, document each component, then move and rebuild it precisely on the higher ground of the new island. This mission formed part of a broader campaign to save numerous monuments across Nubia, challenged by the formation of a vast reservoir. Sites from near the southern desert to adjacent riverine outposts underwent similar relocations or renovations. After the painstaking relocation, the sanctuary was fully reconstructed, its pylons and courtyards reborn, retaining centuries of religious resonance, architectural beauty, and historical continuity. Today, it remains a poignant testament to both ancient devotion and modern preservation. There is a coastal haven, whispers of sunlit serenity and timeless simplicity. Once a modest Bedouin fishing village, this seaside town, whose name evokes gold, has emerged as a unique destination cherished by adventurers, remote workers, and water sports enthusiasts alike. Its golden sands, cultural warmth, and relaxed rhythms distinguish it among Egypt's coastal retreats. What was once a humble settlement began to attract backpackers and free spirits in the mid-20th century, offering an alternative to more commercialized resorts. Even as development has accelerated since the return of Sinai in the 1982nd, Dahab still retains its bohemian charm and welcoming atmosphere. Beneath the gentle waves lies a world of wonder. The town is celebrated for world-class diving and snorkeling, offering easy access to extraordinary underwater landscapes. For land lovers, Dahab's red mountain backdrop invites exploration. Hiking, rock climbing, and trekking adventures, especially to sunrise points and spiritual sites atop nearby peaks, draw those seeking both exertion and reflection. Even in recent years, Dahab has found new energy. During global economic shifts, remote workers and digital nomads have chosen it as a year-round base, further diversifying the community's fabric. Yet this paradise is not without challenges. The fragile coral ecosystems that underpin tourism face pressures from pollution, careless diving, and overdevelopment. Conservation groups increasingly stress the need for responsible tourism, coral protection initiatives, and education to sustain the vibrant marine life that defines Dahab. This emblem of ancient devotion offers an unusually clear lens into a religious tradition that fused myth, ritual, and royal ambition. One of the most complete temples in Egypt, it unfolds its story across centuries with architectural clarity and mythic depth, making it as revealing as it is majestic. Built during the Ptolemaic era, Edfu's construction began in 237 BC under Ptolemy III and concluded in 57 BC during the reign of Ptolemy XII, spanning nearly 180 years of development. Its design reflects not only the artistry of its era, but also a deliberate revival of pharaonic traditions in a Hellenistic context. Its north-south orientation diverged from the earlier east-west axis of prior temple structures at the site, marking a conscious reimagining of sacred layout. Buried beneath sand and Nile silt for centuries, this temple remained remarkably preserved, revealing itself nearly intact when rediscovered by Auguste Mariette in the 1862. As one of the best preserved temples in Egypt, it features massive sandstone pylons, a vast courtyard, and intricately decorated hypostyle halls. Reliefs on its walls preserve a wealth of mythological scenes, including the famed struggle between Horus and Set, and provide invaluable insight into Ptolemaic religious symbolism. The temple's inscriptions even include its own building texts, recording everything from ceremonial rituals to creation mythologies. The imposing pylons are flanked by granite statues of Horus in falcon form, his presence commanding the entrance to sacred rites beyond. The Temple of Hathor stands as one of the most beautifully preserved sacred spaces from ancient Egypt, celebrated for its artistry, astronomy, and enduring spiritual resonance. Its foundations reach deep into antiquity. Archaeological layers indicate a temple dedicated to Hathor here from the Old Kingdom, possibly traced back to Pharaoh Pepi I, while generations of later rulers added their mark. The present structure, however, was erected in the late Ptolemaic period, beginning around 54 BC under Ptolemy XII, Cleopatra VII's father, and was completed with Roman additions during Emperor Tiberius's reign. Once inside, you're greeted by a monumental hypostyle hall, its 24 towering columns crowned with Hathor's likeness, each capital carved as a cow-eared face atop a ritual sistrum, symbolizing the goddess and her music-filled essence. Above, the celestial ceiling shimmers with astronomical scenes. The sky goddess Nut arches across, swallowing the sun at dusk and ushering its rebirth amid a zodiac of constellations introduced during Roman times, including Taurus, Libra, and other star signs that form a rare ancient star map. Within its cryptic heart lie 14 subterranean chambers, 11 richly decorated, used historically for safekeeping sacred statutes and rituals. One chamber even features the curious Dendera leitmotif, a serpent emerging from a lotus within an oval womb-like form, suggesting symbolic lamps in creation myths. The complex as a whole spans around 40,000 square meters, formerly enclosed within a towering mud brick wall, and encompasses not only this temple, but complementary shrines, a sacred lake, Roman birth houses, and even a Coptic chapel dating to later periods. Nestled gracefully upon a bend in the Nile, a remarkable temple stands where sacred waters once lapped ancient shores, Kom Ombo Temple. Uniquely built as a mirror image, this structure is dedicated simultaneously to two distinct deities, a design rare in the annals of Egyptian architecture. Most of what survives today dates from the Ptolemaic dynasty, though the site traces back to earlier periods. The eastern half is devoted to the crocodile god of fertility and Nile inundation. Known for his often fearsome reputation, and to counterbalance this, the western side honors a falcon-headed sky deity, symbolizing kingship and protection. Each deity has its own entrance, halls, and sanctuary, with an impeccable symmetry that underscores the temple's dual devotion. This balanced layout wasn't just aesthetic, it was symbolic. The two halves reflect divergent aspects of life: fertility and primal power on one side, and royal authority and cosmic order on the other. This duality likely represented the reconciliation of local beliefs with the broader state cult. The complex includes twin hypostyle halls, offering courts, and sanctuaries for each deity. The columns and walls are richly carved, featuring reliefs of priests and rulers making offerings, as well as detailed inscriptions that chart local rituals and festivals. One of the most intriguing elements lies in the temple's depictions of surgical instruments, possibly among the oldest visual records of medical tools, found alongside scenes related to healing and priestly care. The temple's name derives from Kom, meaning hill in Arabic, and Ombo, tied to the ancient Egyptian word for gold, suggesting both its physical prominence and cultural value. Embracing the ebb and flow of interconnected lagoons and sprinkled across man-made islets, this resort town dawned from vision and emerged in the late 20th century as a silk-smooth blend of architecture, leisure, and nature. Established in 1989 by Sami Sawiris, Gouna occupies about 10 kilometers of coastline and is meticulously designed to evoke village-like charm infused with desert elegance. Often fondly called the Venice of the Red Sea, its network of lagoons and canals crisscross the town, bridged by subtle paths and lined with pastel-hued buildings that reflect both Mediterranean warmth and rural Egyptian motifs. More than aesthetic appeal, it's Egypt's flagship for sustainable living. From solar energy and recycled water systems to electric tuk-tuks and green infrastructure, this town consistently wins recognition for eco-conscious development, earning the prestigious Global Green Award for the Middle East and Africa. This temple, now a silent sentinel on its new shore, traces its origins to the early Roman era and was dedicated to a Nubian solar deity, embodying a rare weave of artistic tradition, religious devotion, and historical circumstance. Originally raised around 30 BC during the reign of Augustus, Kalabsha Temple was a tribute to Mandulus, the Nubian sun god, constructed atop a much older sanctuary dating from Amenhotep II's time. With dimensions measuring approximately 76 meters in length and 22 meters in width, it earned renown as the largest freestanding temple in Lower Nubia. The temple followed a classical Egyptian layout, beginning with an imposing pylon gateway leading into a colonnaded forecourt, followed by a hypostyle hall, and culminating in a sanctuary that housed the god's cult statue. Decorated with fine reliefs and inscriptions, the walls capture a mosaic of cultures, hieroglyphic tribute scenes to deities, and a formal edict from Roman governor Aurelius Bessarion prohibiting pigs inside the temple in AD 250. There is also a 5th century inscription by Silko, the Christian Nubian king of Nobatia, depicting his victory over the Blemmyes and showing him in Roman garb, a testament to the temple's layered history. Despite its core dedication to Mandulus, associated with sun, sky, and vitality, the temple later gained additional dedications to Isis and Osiris. Rising from the western plains of Luxor, 2 monumental figures have stood sentinel over the Nile Valley for more than 3 millennia. These awe-inspiring sculptures, known as the Colossi of Memnon, represent Pharaoh Amenhotep III, seated on his throne, hands resting on his knees, his gaze fixed toward the eastern horizon. Each statue towers approximately 18 meters high, weighing close to 720 tons, and originally stood at the entrance of the largest mortuary temple of its era. Though the temple itself has vanished, eroded by floodplains, and the passage of time, the colossi remain intact, a powerful reminder of the grandeur of Egypt's 18th dynasty. What elevated these statues into legend was an extraordinary acoustic quirk. Following an earthquake around 27 BC, the northern colossus began to emit a melodic, singing sound at dawn. Ancient visitors saw it as a divine voice, perhaps the sobs of Memnon calling to his mother, Eos, goddess of dawn. This Egyptian metropolis sprawls elegantly across land that once exchanged grain for spices, ideas for scrolls. Founded in the early 4th century BC, it was envisioned as a bridge between the ancient Nile civilization and the wider Mediterranean world, a cosmopolitan outpost where commerce and culture flowed in equal measure. Alexandria exploded in influence during the era after its founding, quickly becoming the heart of learning and Hellenistic civilization. It drew scholars, thinkers, and traders from across the known world, forming a vibrant mosaic where diverse peoples and ideas converged. Though the legendary repositories of wisdom once located here no longer survive, their legacy lives on in the modern revival of a grand continental library, renewed as a cultural beacon on the seaside. Over centuries, the city became a powerful seat for different faiths and empires, its streets echoing with Arabic, Byzantine, Christian, and medieval Ottoman layers of history. Today, it ranks as the country's second-largest urban center, home to over 5 million people, and stretches along several dozen kilometers of coastline. Its economy thrives on a blend of maritime commerce, light industry, and cultural exchange. Pipelines, ports, and tourism intertwine to fuel its growth, keeping it both a functional harbor city and a destination for visitors drawn to its unique character. Yet, this historic shoreline faces new challenges. Rising sea levels and coastal erosion are increasingly impacting the city's older districts, pushing authorities to build defenses and raise awareness amid the growing urban population. A ribbon of desert folds into the Red Sea, and there sits a seaside town where tranquil aquamarine waters meet golden dunes. Once a quiet fishing settlement, Marsa Alam has evolved into a destination celebrated for its clear seas, coral kingdoms, and rugged serenity not yet transformed by mass tourism, yet welcoming visitors in growing numbers. This transformation began in the mid-1992, when investment sparked the town's purposeful development. The construction of an international airport in the early 2000s turned it from a remote enclave into a connected destination. With each new resort and rippling shoreline development, it gained a nickname for its white sands and crystal-clear waters, echoing distant tropical paradises. Beneath the surface, the sea reveals a living jubilee of color. The reefs here remain among the least touched on this coast, sheltering marine fish, turtles, and even elusive dugongs. Visibility often stretches beyond 20 meters, drawing divers and snorkelers to marvel at both vibrant corals and the gentle blue swirl that defines the marine world here. Weather here unfolds in desert clarity. Hot, sunny days year-round, minimal rainfall, and winds that whisper across the shore, drawing down jackets at night and stirring sea breezes at dawn. Waters hover between refreshing and warm, inviting swims and diving virtually any season. The town now balances comfort and conservation. From modern accommodations to the occasional eco-lodge, the local landscape supports an expanding but carefully curated tourism economy. Resort areas blend with the shoreline, courts of international influence, and the broad desert beyond. Where stone and history merge across desert sands, there rises a temple complex of unrivaled scale, a sacred city in its own right, growing through dynasties and centuries. Karnak Temple. This immense complex, dedicated primarily to a revered Theban deity, stands not as a single shrine, but as a sprawling spiritual settlement, continually expanded and transformed from around 2000 BC through the Roman era. Its ancient name, meaning most selective places, hints at its central role in both religious devotion and state ritual. Over 15 centuries, pharaohs from the Middle Kingdom through the New Kingdom and into later Ptolemaic and Roman centuries added nearly every architectural element of grandeur: pylons, chapels, gateways, obelisks, statues, courtyards, sacred lakes, and a vast forest of columns. At center is a monumental hall often called the Forest of Pillars, where 134 sandstone columns, some soaring over 20 meters tall, carry silent witness to royal power and divine kingship. Two rows of twin gigantic columns rise above a canopy of clerestory light, framing reliefs of battle and worship. These colossal structures align along ceremonial avenues designed for processions, flanked by Sphinx statues and interspersed with sacred waterways. The site houses chapels and sanctuaries of multiple deities of the Theban triad, each within its own precinct, creating a living tableau of ancient religious complexity. Beneath the grandeur lies a story of continuous change. Archaeologists have unearthed artifacts spanning the full timeline, from ritual chambers of early kings to inscriptions of later rulers, while modern excavation revealed a calendar-like water clock used centuries ago for timing rituals. In the arid expanse of northeastern Africa, where the desert stretches endlessly, there exists a remarkable contrast, a ribbon of life that has sustained civilizations for millennia. This is the Nile River, often referred to as the father of African rivers, and in Egypt, it has been the cornerstone of existence. The Nile's journey through Egypt is a testament to nature's resilience. Emerging from the confluence of the White and Blue Nile, it meanders northward, traversing the Egyptian landscape before emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. Its path is not just a geographical feature, but a vital artery that has shaped the nation's identity. In a country dominated by desert, the Nile's banks offer a stark contrast. The river's annual inundation deposits nutrient-rich silt onto the land, transforming it into fertile soil. This natural irrigation system has enabled agriculture to flourish, supporting the sustenance of Egypt's population and the growth of its cities. Historically, the Nile was more than just a water source. It was the lifeblood of ancient Egyptian civilization. The river facilitated transportation, trade, and communication across vast distances. Its waters were central to religious practices, symbolizing rebirth and fertility. Temples and monuments were constructed along its banks, reflecting the river's significance in both daily life and spiritual beliefs. The river's basin is home to a significant portion of the nation's population, with many residing within close proximity to its banks. Canals and dams, such as the Aswan High Dam, have been constructed to regulate the river's flow, ensuring a steady supply of water throughout the year. This unique body of water, bordered by Egypt to the west, Saudi Arabia and Yemen to the east, and the Sinai Peninsula to the north, has been a crossroads of civilizations, a haven for marine biodiversity, and a sanctuary for those seeking both adventure and tranquility. The Red Sea's strategic location has made it a significant maritime route throughout history. Connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Suez Canal, it has facilitated trade, cultural exchange, and exploration. Its waters have borne the sails of ancient traders, explorers, and modern vessels, making it one of the most important waterways in the world. Beneath its surface, the Red Sea reveals a vibrant tapestry of marine life. Home to over 1,000 species of fish and approximately 350 coral species, many of which are endemic to the region, the Red Sea's coral reefs are among the most diverse and resilient in the world. These reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, provide shelter and sustenance to a myriad of marine organisms, from the elusive moray eels and graceful angelfish to the majestic manta rays and hammerhead sharks. The Red Sea in Egypt stands as a testament to the intertwined relationship between nature and human civilization. Its waters have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the exchange of cultures, and the enduring quest for knowledge and adventure. As we continue to explore and enjoy its offerings, it is imperative that we also commit to preserving its unique ecosystems and ensuring that future generations can experience the wonders of this remarkable sea. The Pyramid of Khafre, also known as the Pyramid of Chephren, is the second largest of the three pyramids on the Giza Plateau. Originally reaching a height of 143.5 meters, it now stands at approximately 136.4 meters due to the loss of its outer casing stones. Its base spans 215.5 meters on each side, covering an area of about 11 acres. Commissioned by Pharaoh Khafre during Egypt's 4th dynasty, around 2570 BC, the pyramid was intended as a monumental tomb to honor the king's journey into the afterlife. The construction process involved thousands of skilled laborers and craftsmen who meticulously cut and transported massive stone blocks to create this architectural marvel. Amidst the shifting sands of Egypt's Giza Plateau stands a monument that has withstood the test of time, capturing the imagination of countless generations. This colossal figure, with the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, gazes serenely toward the east, guarding the ancient necropolis. Its enduring presence continues to evoke awe and wonder, serving as a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual depth of ancient Egyptian civilization. The Great Sphinx measures approximately 73 meters in length and stands about 20 meters tall. Carved directly from the bedrock of the Giza Plateau, it is the oldest known monumental sculpture in Egypt. The statue's creation is attributed to the reign of Pharaoh Khafre during the Old Kingdom, around 2500 BCE. Though some scholars suggest it may have been constructed earlier. It is believed to have served as a guardian figure for the Giza necropolis, watching over the tombs and temples of the ancient kings. Where the sun sets over the Nile, lies a valley that has witnessed the passage of millennia. This sacred ground, carved into the limestone hills, served as the final resting place for pharaohs and nobles of ancient Egypt. The Valley of the Kings is situated on the west bank of the Nile River, opposite the modern city of Luxor, which was once the capital of the New Kingdom of Egypt. From approximately 1550 to 1070 BCE, this valley was the principal burial site for pharaohs and powerful nobles. In the shadow of Egypt's grandest royal tombs lies a village that offers a rare glimpse into the lives of the artisans who crafted them. Nestled on the west bank of the Nile, Deir el-Medina was more than just a settlement. It was a community where art, faith, and daily life intertwined. Known as Seti I, or the Place of Truth, this village was home to the skilled workers who built and decorated the tombs in the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens during Egypt's New Kingdom. The area was established to house the artisans, craftsmen, and their families who were entrusted with the sacred task of preparing the pharaohs and nobles for the afterlife. The village's layout reflects its specialized purpose. Rectangular houses arranged along a central street, surrounded by protective walls, with cemeteries situated on the surrounding hills. This strategic placement ensured both security and proximity to the royal tombs, facilitating the artisans' work while maintaining the sanctity of the burial sites. Life in Deir el-Medina was centered around the artisan's craft, but it also encompassed a rich tapestry of social and religious practices. The community also had its own police force, known as the Medjay, who were responsible for maintaining order. Constructed during the 12th century BCE under the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses III, Medinet Habu served as his mortuary temple. Unlike many temples dedicated solely to deities, this structure was a testament to the pharaoh's power and divine favor. Its design follows traditional Egyptian temple architecture, but is distinguished by its massive size and the complexity of its decorations. The temple's walls are adorned with extensive reliefs depicting Ramesses III in various divine and victorious postures, emphasizing his role as both a ruler and a god. Medinet Habu's layout is a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian engineering. The temple is enclosed by a massive mud brick wall, creating a fortified complex that reflects its dual purpose as a religious center and a stronghold. The entrance is through a fortified gatehouse known as a migdol, a feature common in Asiatic fortresses of the time. Inside, visitors encounter a series of courtyards and halls, including a grand hypostyle hall supported by towering columns. The walls of these spaces are richly decorated with scenes of the pharaoh's military campaigns and religious rituals. Notably, the temple houses the longest hieroglyphic inscription known, detailing the Battle of Jahi, where Ramesses III repelled invasions by the Sea Peoples. Beyond its religious and military significance, Medinet Habu was also a thriving community. The Coptic settlement established within the temple precincts during the Byzantine period indicates the site's continued importance through the centuries. This settlement included residential areas, workshops, and several churches, such as the Holy Church of Djem, which was built within the temple's second court. This sacred site, known as the Temple of Seti I, stands as a testament to the grandeur of ancient Egyptian architecture and religious devotion. Located in Abydos, one of Egypt's most revered cities, the temple's significance extends beyond its physical structure, offering insights into the spiritual and political life of the new kingdom. Constructed around 1300 BCE, during the reign of Pharaoh Seti I, the temple was designed to honor the gods and commemorate the pharaoh's legacy. Its unique L-shaped layout deviates from traditional temple designs, possibly influenced by the natural topography of the site. Built primarily from limestone, with occasional use of sandstone, the temple's construction was completed by Seti's first son, Ramesses II, after his father's death. Abydos was long considered the burial place of Osiris, the god of the afterlife, making it a major pilgrimage destination for ancient Egyptians. The temple reflects this sacred status, with its walls adorned with detailed reliefs depicting various deities and pharaohs, emphasizing the divine order and the pharaoh's role as an intermediary between the gods and the people. One of the temple's most remarkable features is the Abydos King List, a chronological record of pharaohs inscribed on the walls of the temple. This list not only serves as a historical document, but also underscores the temple's role in legitimizing the current ruler by associating them with their predecessors. Despite the ravages of time and natural disasters, the Temple of Seti I remains remarkably well preserved. Its intricate carvings and inscriptions continue to offer valuable insights into the religious and political life of ancient Egypt. From the mighty flow of rivers and turquoise seas to ancient temples rising from the desert sands and bustling cities full of history, Egypt offers a stunning blend of natural beauty and cultural heritage at every turn. Whether you're drawn to sun-drenched deserts, sacred monuments, or vibrant coastal landscapes, this country has something to inspire every traveler. Thanks for exploring these wonders with us. Until next time, keep uncovering the world's most extraordinary destinations.